got to speak up.
Yeah. Oh, they got hands.
Check. To these women, how has both of you all experience been being with him this entire time, before getting the information and after getting the information?
That's a great question.
Yes.
So I know that in the redneck, we always talk about, or men talk about how you could have more than one woman, right? And so that's you know, I don't want people to think that, yes, okay, Dee has more than one woman, me and Ozzy, obviously, but it's because of his disposition, how he is. He's not just trying to go and find them, like, okay, I'm searching, I'm looking. No, it's just the way that he is. From my experience, before I got with Dee, I was with someone else for about 10 years, all right? And like I said yesterday, I knew more about the Most High, but I didn't know him as well. I only knew him as a Christian mind. So I didn't know him as well as I thought I did. And then Dee came into my life, and he started pouring in a little bit of information here and there, you know. And like I said yesterday, at first I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, you know. But then I started really, it's like that saying, he who has ears, let him hear. I shut my ears off, and I didn't want to hear. But then I had to open them and really absorb it and tell myself, like, either yes, I'm gonna go all the way, or I'm just gonna stay back here, you know. And this is just the real basic. And then I started finding out about, you know, Israelite culture. I really started, you know, rabbit holing it in, right? And so then I was just full, like I was just ecstatic about it. And I saw him again, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know who we are. I know, you know, our people this and our people that, right? And he's like, I've been telling you this whole time, you know? But I was with my ex for 10 years, and I was talking to Dee for about 7 years while I was with my ex. And I wasn't giving him, you know, just talk when I was at work. And what really changed for me when I left my ex, like I was with someone for 10 years, he had a kid, right? It was because his unmanliness was diminishing my womanhood, right? And so I couldn't let that happen. You know, I was aware that because he wasn't that stand-up man that I needed in my life, I needed to go. You know, I couldn't be there, or else I was going to be stuck down here. You know, and then I had to do that leap of faith to just, and knowing that he had multiple women too. So I knew coming in here, I wasn't gonna be the only one, you know? And so I had to know to myself and accept that, you know? And so I just took that leap of faith and just kept going from there, you know? And it's been on ever since. And we've been together for almost, 6 years, coming up in March? Yeah. 7 years, yeah. So it's been a roller coaster. But it's a great
So I'll just say, like, being with Dee was life-changing for me. The information and being with him, and just like I had talked, when we were talking, I don't know, probably like a few weeks ago, and I had told him, I was like, I just wanted to be your woman, and I just wanted to win. Like, that was my main focus. Like, I just wanted to be his woman, and I just wanted to win in life. And Like prior to that, I knew that like I couldn't depend on anyone, like I couldn't depend on any of my family, my parents. I knew that whatever I wanted in life, like I was gonna have to go and make it happen on my own. And like I said yesterday, I went through a traumatic experience, and that's when I had like a revelation, like, oh my God, God is real. You know, like that was the only reason why I was saved at this moment, because I called on Him. And so shortly after that experience, maybe like a year or two, I had met Dee, and I didn't know what, like we were talking about the Most High, but like, you know, I was still square, I was young, I was like 19, so I was just excited, you know, I just saw like this handsome man in a suit, and I was just like, yes, like whatever you say, yes. And so, you know, we courted for like a year, and like I said, I did something, I wasn't listening, and I was like, you know what, like, forget this, like, I'm rolling with you, you know. And so I didn't really know what to expect. It was just a brand new experience, and you know, it's been a roller coaster for sure. But when I came in, there was already other women that had already been here for like 10 years. So I was coming in brand new, and there was already foundations laid and lives built and children. And so, but I'm walking in and I'm like, wow. You know, I'm looking at them like, wow, like I have so much respect for you guys, just for the women alone, because it's not easy being with Dee. He has a very strong personality. He's not playing about the information, not playing about listening. So he puts his foot down and he means it, period. And so you either get in line or you get deception. That's just what it is. And so with all that being said, I got in line. I was ready, you know, I was ready to build and do whatever it took. You know, it's been a great relationship, and it's been a learning process too at the same time, because I didn't have anybody to teach me how to be a woman, not even my mom, you know. It's just not there. The information's not there, you know, because it's more to being a woman than just looking good, you know what I'm saying? Like, or, you know, just your physical aspects and what you can do. Like, it's so much bigger than that. And like, even to this day, my mom doesn't have those characteristics. She wants them maybe. There's a lot of people that want these certain things, but they just don't have the man to guide them, you know, or the information, shall I say. But I believe it's the man with the information. Because like you guys say that no woman comes ready-made, right? So like, you need both. So yes, I definitely wouldn't be, even with all my faults and all my faults, I would not be who I am today without him. And I wouldn't have anything I have without him and the information, of course, and the Most High. Because that's obviously first and foremost. But yeah, it's been great, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the rest. Yes.
So what, you know, with my ex, I was, like I said, I was with him for 10 years. What attracted me, why I really was attracted to Dee, and I told him this before, it wasn't, he looked good, he dressed well, you know, I see that, you know, working at the club, you see dudes come in there and you know, they have. That's right. I still remember what he had on the first day that I met him. You know, that's how much of an impact he had on me. But he was very smart. He was street smart. He was book smart. But what really attracted me was his spirit. You know, above all else was that spirit. You know, just and you could tell he had this wanted that. You know, I want that covering too, you know, and so that was just, I just wanted to add to that, you know, so for the men that are like, how, you know, a remnant woman, what can I do to get a, or like you were saying, a woman's not ready made, right? How can you, you know, mold a woman into that? It starts with you. As a man, it starts with you. You know, because a woman won't follow. You know, if he says do it, okay. But if you don't show that example, then she's gonna follow. If you're telling her not to do this and you're doing it, oh, there's gonna be problems. You know, you gotta lead by example. And I just wanted to add to that.
I was going to just add on to that. She has to want it. So like, you can talk her ear off and everything like that, and lead her till she dry. But if she don't want it, then there's no point. She has to want to listen. She has to want to serve you. She has to want to be everything that she's supposed to be. You know, so that's just key right there.
Not just for the streets.
I had a question.
Oh yeah.
Talked about a traumatic experience twice yesterday, today.
Mm-hmm.
And how you lead the most.
You might speak up, John.
You talked about a traumatic experience twice.
Yes.
Yesterday, today. Taking us the same experience. Do you mind sharing what that experience was? Why?
Yeah.
Why you believe the Most High was with you?
So I'm like 18 years old, working late, coming home. I was staying with my grandparents at the time in Seattle. And my background on my dad's side of the family, everybody is hustlers, drug dealers. My dad's in prison right now for some huge like drug bust and guns, basically. And so, you can sit. And so I was coming home one night. My siblings also live with my grandparents. So I have a brother, 2 sisters. Only one sister was there. Another close family member was there, my grandparents, my grandmother and my grandfather. And like I said, you know, I'm 18. I come home late all the time. One night I went to the movies with my friends. And real quick, prior to that, I had like seen a car parked outside my grandparents' house throughout that week. Just some random car. But I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, oh, it's the neighbor's car. And basically, I was getting out, walking. You know how there's like a screen door over the door that you actually unlock? And so I had like the screen door laying on my back, basically. I was getting my key out, not paying attention. Somebody runs up behind me as I push the door open. No mask, no gloves, just like pistol, straight up. And as soon as I stepped in the house, I just yelled as loud as I could to alert everybody in the house and basically let them know that there was someone in here with a gun. And I damn near woke everybody up. And this is like 2-story, 4 or 5 bedroom house. So I yelled pretty loud. And one of my uncles, which is my papa's friend, my grandfather, I ran downstairs. So basically you could go up or down. I ran downstairs and he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, he has a gun. Like I was just freaking out, like this dude has a gun, they have a gun, like they're in the house. And he goes back up and all I see is him come right back down with the pistol to his head and them telling us to get on the floor. And so there's like 4 of them, basically, rummaging through the house, no gloves, no gun. One of them's on top of me with the gun to my head, asking me like where the safe is at, basically. And I didn't say anything at first, and I was just like, you know what, like, F this, like I'm not about to die over some jewelry, basically. And so I told them where it was, and you know, they went looking for it. They woke my grandma up to a pistol to her head. My little sister, probably like Yuri's age at the time, had the same experience. And so they put us all in the bathroom with the lights off, and they also pistol whipped my papa too, so he was bleeding. So we were basically sitting in his blood in the bathroom with the lights off, all of us. And I do a head count in the dark. And I'm like, where's Chanel? Which is my little sister's mom, who just happened to be there on the whim. She's addicted to drugs. And so when she would come over, she didn't have no car or nothing. So they never seen her leave the house. When she would come, she would just stay in the house for like a week or two, and then she would like go on about her business basically. And so they didn't like account for her leaving when they were staking out the house. And so she had heard me when I came in, and she hid under the bed. But so in so doing that, I was praying, and this was like the first time I ever like really like prayed and like called on the Lord, and like just like experiencing feeling like I'm not done. Like, I have work to do. And so, sorry. I don't like talking about it because it makes me emotional. But yeah, so I literally do the head count, and she's not in there. And like all of a sudden the bathroom door opens, and she turns on the light, and she's like, the police are here. And this is someone that like my whole family despises because of her actions. And it was like the person that couldn't show up for her own kids was the one that saved us that day too. So like, it's just crazy how the Most High works, because my grandparents adopted my siblings because she's not an active mom. And so it's like, it's just funny, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just funny how that worked, that she peeped that hid under the bed while they were there, and like how everything just worked out perfectly so that all of us could be saved, because they were gonna kill us, you know? And so basically, they all got caught besides one of them. And the kids, they were like 18, 19 years old, and like, you know, it's just stupid. But that was one experience. But basically that just taught me like how to survive. I don't know, like ever since that experience, like I don't put nothing past nobody. I always pay attention. I always look over my shoulder. Like, you know, like I've never had to go through that again. And also too, just keeping the Most High extra close with me, always thanking Him for protection, always thanking Him for safety. Because, you know, we basically still was in the streets for a long time. And so just knowing like I've been protected this whole time and always safe and never really had to experience anything bad, you know, I just give it all to Him, because there's things that happen to other people, and I'm like, damn, that easily could have been me, you know? So yeah, so that's one of the experiences. And so that was the experience that basically made me get into my word, ask the Lord for, to bless me with somebody that believed in Him. And shortly after that, I met He, so.